Sleep, a biological necessity, a portal into another state of existence. Every night, there is an opportunity to dream. We dream of old friends and past lovers, people that we haven't spoken to in years, ghosts with names from a past life. Perhaps we dream to connect to the shared energy of other people on this lonely planet. Molecules that shed and disperse back into the ether and hope to be heard in a shared telepathy. Swirling thoughts circling through discursive memories, attempting to materialize. Have you ever written down your dreams? They speak of our truth, translated through stories and metaphors. Our hopes, our wishes, our fears and anxieties. In a way, they're the truest form of our being, unfiltered, untethered, a scene in a film where we're playing all of the characters. Dreams are limitless, releasing us from the wounds of our corporeal flesh. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Right now it's Sunday, July 17th, and it is 8:35 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that's something that I wrote this morning after dreaming last night. And I want to get more in the habit of sharing these things with you, these intimate portrayals of things that I've been thinking about recently or things that have been encompassing my brain. And so after I wrote this, I looked into the science behind dreams because I was fascinated by that. And I found this article by Matthew Walker, who is a professor of psychology and neuroscience at the University of California, Berkeley. He's also the director of the university's Center for Human Sleep Science. One of the portions of the article is entitled "Dreaming Enhances Creativity and Problem Solving." So let me read it to you. It's been shown that deep, non-REM sleep strengthens individual memories. But REM sleep is when those memories can be fused and blended together in abstract and highly novel ways. During the dream state, your brain will cogitate vast swaths of acquired knowledge and then extract overarching rules and commonalities, creating a mindset that can help us divine solutions to previously impenetrable problems. How do we know dreaming and not just sleep is important to this process? In one study, we tested this by waking up participants during the night, during both non-REM sleep and dreaming sleep, and gave them very short tests, solving anagram puzzles where you try to unscramble words to form a word. As an example, OSEOG equals goose. First, participants were tested beforehand, just to familiarize them with the test. Then we monitored their sleep and woke them up at different points of the night to perform the test. When woken during non-REM sleep, they were not particularly creative. They could solve very few puzzles. But when we woke up participants during REM sleep, they were able to solve 15 to 35% more puzzles than when they were awake. Not only that, participants woken while dreaming reported that the solution just popped into their heads as if it were effortless. Dreaming improves creative problem solving too. According to another study, participants learned to navigate a virtual maze using trial and error and aided by the placement of unique objects like Christmas trees. At certain junctions in the maze, after this learning session, the group was split in two, with half napping and half watching a video for 90 minutes. Nappers were occasionally awoken to ask about the content of their dreams. Those watching a video were also asked about thoughts going through their minds. Afterwards, the participants again tried to solve the maze, and those who napped were significantly better at it than those who didn't, as expected. But the nappers who reported dreaming about the maze were 10 times better at the task than those who napped and didn't dream about the maze. There's a reason you've never been told to stay awake on a problem. Looking at the content of these dreams, it was clear that the participants didn't dream a precise replay of the learning experience while awake. Instead, they were cherry-picking salient fragments of the learning experience and attempting to place them within the catalog of pre-existing knowledge. This is how dreaming helps us be more creative. While the benefits of dreaming are real, too many of us have problems getting a full 8 hours of sleep and lose out on these advantages. Alternatively, we may think we're the exception to the rule, that we're one of those people who doesn't happen to need a lot of sleep, but nothing can be further from the truth. Research clearly shows that people who overestimate their ability to get by on less sleep are sadly wrong. And so that was part of the article by Professor of Psychology and Neuroscience at the University of California, Berkeley. His name is Matthew Walker. And I also stumbled upon this podcast. He has a 3-hour conversation with Rich Roll on Rich Roll's podcast that I found to be incredibly informative, and it changed the way that I thought about getting sleep. I'll provide links to both this article and to the link to that podcast in the show notes. But I just want to say good morning to everyone. And if you're listening to this at night, perhaps it will encourage you to get a full 8 hours of sleep. And I hope you all have a good day and or night. Speak to you next time.